What's your history IQ? Take a look at this headline. Students have sit-in lunch.
Contestants, which one of these three statements is false? 1960 sit-in occurs at Woolworth store located in Atlanta, Georgia. The four activists are college students. Leszek.
Store located in Atlanta, Georgia.
You're right, Leszek. You may be on your way to $250,000 as we play History IQ.
And now, please welcome our host, Mark Summers.
Well, thank you to our studio audience and to you at home. Welcome. It's History IQ Tournament Edition, where one of our contestants is going to win $250,000. It's online week here at History IQ, so we pulled some of our smartest online players away from their computers, brought them live into our studio. So let's meet these internet-savvy competitors. Returning, we have Camille, an entrepreneur from New York City. David, a municipal lawyer from Cape Elizabeth, Maine. And Leszek, a computer consultant from Flagstaff, Arizona. All parts of the country represented today. Leszek, $100 on the board. Congratulations to you. Tough competition with David and Camille. They're all winners. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you a little category today to start off with. Transportation is our first one. And then I will read three statements after a headline. It is up to you to determine which one of those statements is the false one. If you do it, you get $100 and a chance at a $50 follow-up. Anytime during the day you're incorrect, we will be deducting money from your score. And low score at the end of this first round, unfortunately, is eliminated. Keep in mind, our first category is transportation. Here is our first headline. Railway steams ahead. Which one of these three statements is false? B&O, first U.S. passenger steam locomotive, established in Boston in 1827. First B&O train called Tom Thumb. Yes, Leszek.
B&O, first U.S. passenger steam locomotive.
It's 0 across the board now. David or Camille? Yes, David.
Established in Boston in 1827.
And you have the lead just like that at $100. For 50 more, David, your follow-up. In what eastern city was the B&O Railroad Company established?
Baltimore.
And Ohio. You're right, and you have $150. And our next headline. Panama Canal Commission formed. We're looking for the false statement. Becomes part of U.S. executive branch, established during Ford administration, supervised by 5 Americans, 4 Panamanians. Yes, Leszek.
Established during Ford administration.
$100 goes back on the board. You could tie the game with the correct answer, Leszek. During what president's administration was the Panama Canal Commission established?
Jimmy Carter.
The year 1979, we have a tie for first. And another headline. Zeppelin led around world. Which one of these three statements is false? Graf Zeppelin makes historic flight 1929. Flight takes 21 days to complete. Zeppelin invented in England in 1900. Yes, David.
Zeppelin invented in England in 1900.
You have taken the lead. You have $250. You could double Leszek's score with a correct answer, David. The Zeppelin was invented by its namesake in what country?
Germany.
You're right. You have done it. David has 300, Leszek 150. Not heard from Camille. We're out of that category. Moving on to a new one. It is Vietnam. Here is the first headline. Resolution gives Johnson authority. Remember, we're looking for the false statement. Gulf of Tonkin resolution passes August of 1964. Response to alleged attack on U.S. planes proved unanimously by House of Reps. David.
Response to alleged attack on U.S. planes.
400 is what you currently have, David. Going for 50 more. The U.S. alleged that North Vietnam attacked 2 destroyers in the Tonkin Gulf. Name one of them.
I don't.
Maddox and Turner Joy. We'll deduct 50. You still have 350, a good lead, and another headline. French lose at Dien Bien Phu. Which one of these three statements is false? Vietnamese troops crushed French in 1954. Viet Minh led by Va Nguyen Giap. Struggle in Indochina began in 1951. David.
Struggle in Indochina began in 1951.
450. To come to 500, David, on this answer, the French began their bitter fight with the Vietnamese nationalists in what year?
1946.
Yes, you did it. You have 500. Boy, what a tough one. And we're out of that category. We're going to take a breather with David in first at 500, Leszek at 150, Camille, very quiet, but you know what? I have a feeling that's going to change rather quickly. Let's talk a little bit about your first experience. This is online week here. Camille, how was your first time? Obviously good enough to come back, but easier here, easier at home? What do you think?
It's a very different game at home.
Is it?
It is. You always have 3 choices to choose from. It's all multiple choice, so you can guess a lot more.
That's right. Well, you're doing quite well today. It's a little tougher with these two guys for some reason, but don't fret. Things are going to be fine. David, interested in British history. You spent 3 years there. What was that experience like?
It was great. I went for 1 year and stayed for 3.
Went for 1 and stayed for 3. It's a beautiful country, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, people are so nice.
I was in Leeds in Yorkshire.
Oh, great. Well, you're doing quite well in first position. And Leszek, you had a little omen about this trip. Tell me about that.
Yes, last week I looked out my window and saw 3 vultures perched on a dead tree outside my house.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Hopefully good things, but I'm not sure.
Okay, well, we'll find out. Currently in second position. Round of applause for our 3 returning folks here in our quarterfinals. And what we're going to tell you one more time is low score at the end of this round will be eliminated from the game. We're moving over to Texas history. That is the category. Here's our first headline. Texas settlers get green light. Which one of these 3 statements is false? Mexico allows Stephen Austin to settle Texas. Permission granted during the 1820s. Stephen's father, Joseph, given earlier grant. Yes, David?
Stephen's father, Joseph, given earlier grant.
You have $600, David. Here's your follow-up worth 50. Stephen Austin's father was given an earlier grant, but his name wasn't Joseph. What was it? Very tough. Moses. It was Moses. Okay, you lose 50 on that. Still in a good lead. Here's your next headline. Crockett killed at Alamo. We're looking for the false statement. Davy joins Bowie and Travis as casualties. Siege at Alamo occurs in 1836. The famous standoff lasts 5 days. Leszek.
The famous standoff lasts 5 days.
You have a little money added to your score. $100. You have $250 now. Here's your follow-up for 50. Within 2 days, how long did the siege at the Alamo last?
14 days.
We would have accepted 11 to 15. It actually lasted 13, but you're on the board at $300. And here is your next headline. Texas becomes a republic. Which one of these 3 statements is false? Bowie is Republic's first official president. Stephen Austin is made Secretary of State. New Republic patrolled by Texas Rangers. Yes, Leszek.
Bowie is Republic's first official president.
You have 400 now, Leszek. Correct answer takes you with an 100 of David, who has the lead. What famous Texan became the first official president of the new republic?
Sam Houston?
Yes, it is. 450. 100 away from tying David. We are out of that category. David at 550. Leszek at 450. Camille, now is the time to make your move. British Wars is the category. Here's the first headline. Thatcher victorious in Falklands. Which one of these 3 statements is false? Falkland Island War occurs in 1984. UK and Argentine conflict lasts 10 weeks. British sink Argentine ship General Belgrano. Yes, Leszek.
Falkland Islands War occurs in 1984.
We have a tie for first. Leszek, you can take the lead for the first time today for $50. In what year did the Falkland Island War occur?
1982?
Yes, it is, and you do have $600 now and the lead. Here's our next headline. Wars of the Roses are thorny. We're looking for the false statement. British struggle occurs in 15th century. Wars pit Lancaster against Somerset. Battles end with accession of Henry VII. Yes, Leszek.
Wars pit Lancaster against Somerset.
Breaking away now, you have $700, Leszek. For an additional 50, what family battled with the Lancastrians during the Wars of the Roses?
York.
You're right, the House of York. We've added the money. You have $750. You're in first place, and that sound means we're out of the round. $750 for Leszek, $550 for David, and unfortunately, Camille at 0. We have to say goodbye. But you're taking your winnings of $1,150 with you, and all this applause and congratulations are for you. Well, it's going to be good here. We're taking another step going towards $250,000 with Leszek in first and David in second. You won't want to miss it. Going into our Tri-Q round, our speed challenge, and then doing a little stop off for $5,000. Back with more History IQ right after we do this.
Welcome back to History IQ Tournament Edition. We've got a high-scoring matchup here in the studio, and here, once again, our host, Mark Summers.
It's online week. We're in the quarterfinals. Check the scores and find out that Leszek has the lead at $750. Not far behind is David with $550. You guys know how this works. We go to our Tri-Q round. I show you a list of 3 related items, ask you a question, and if you get it right, $200 is yours, a $100 follow-up, and our speed challenge. High score moves on closer yet to $250,000. The other goes away. Good luck to both of you. Here's our first Tri-Q. Larry, Curly, Moe. Who won a Pulitzer Prize in 1986 for Lonesome Dove? Yes, Leszek.
Larry.
Larry McMurtry's novel made into a TV miniseries in 1989. We have a follow-up about a famous Curly. Play or pass?
I'll play.
Certainly. James Curley is one of the more controversial mayors in history. What city did he lead? Was it Washington, D.C., Chicago, or Boston?
Boston.
Yes, 1,050 is what you have. And here's our next Tri-Q. Rock, stone, slate. Who started the American Women Suffrage Association? Name was Stone Lucy Stone. No money moving forward or backward. Here's our next Tri-Q. Open this gate, break these chains, tear down this wall. Which phrase was not part of Reagan's 1987 Berlin Wall speech? Really, break these chains. That's what we wanted. Here's our next Tri-Q. James Dean, John Dean, Dizzy Dean. Who was born first? Yes, David.
Dizzy Dean.
Yeah, St. Louis Cardinals pitcher from 1932 to 1937 and a broadcaster. 750 is what you have. The follow-up is about James Dean. You playing or passing?
I'll play.
For 100. Which of the following was the only James Dean film released during his lifetime? Was it Rebel Without a Cause, Giant, or East of Eden?
Giant.
No, we'll deduct 100. It was East of Eden. 650 to 1,050. And our next Tri-Q. Spain, France, Italy. What country gained Florida after the American Revolution? Yes, David.
Spain.
Spain is right. 850 is what you have now. Have a $100 follow-up about Italy. You can play or pass.
I'll play.
For 100, you'll be within 100 of Leszek. What group did Giuseppe Mazzini form in the 1830s to work for a united Italian nation? Was it Italian Unity Corps, was it Young Italy, or was it Viva Italia?
Young Italy.
Yes, you do have 950. Could take the lead on this next question, David. Here's our Tri-Q. Banking, advertising, trucking. Fraud in which industry eventually led to the Better Business Bureau? David.
Advertising.
And look at that. You've taken the lead. 1150. Leszek, 1,050. For $100, the follow-up is about the Better Business Bureau. You're going to play or pass?
I'll play.
Playing for 100. The Better Business Bureau grew out of what watchdog organization? Was it the Department of Consumer Affairs, the National Vigilance Committee, or the Consumer Reports?
National Vigilance Committee.
Yes, you did it again. Another $100. Leszek is raising his head. He says he knows that. Here's our next Tri-Q. Sarajevo, Helsinki, Stockholm. Which city hosted the 1984 Winter Olympics? Leszek.
Sarajevo.
Yes, we have a tie game. You could take the lead on this $100 follow-up about Helsinki, or you could pass.
I'll take it.
For 100 and the lead. Which treaty resulted from negotiations started in Helsinki in 1969? Was it the START, the CTBT, or the SALT I?
The...
Hurry. Ooh, time ran out. You lose 100. It was the SALT I. You're back in second position, and that sound means we are out of the Tri-Qs. David at 1250, Leszek at 1150. We're going to do our speed challenge. For the next 45 seconds, I ask a series of rapid-fire questions. If you're right, we add 100. If you're wrong, we deduct 100. High score at the end moves to the timeline and towards $250,000. What is our category this time in our timeline, or actually in our speed challenge? It is television, radio, and film. Without media like TV, radio, or film, there would be no History Channel and therefore no career for me. You're damn right it's historical. All right, I'm going to make a statement. You tell me if I'm talking about TV, radio, or film. Good luck. Let's begin. Pioneered by Philo Farnsworth. Leszek.
Television.
Right. We have a tie. Advanced by Edison's kinetoscope. Leszek.
Film.
Correct. Is Pacifica Foundation's primary medium? David.
Radio.
Correct. Censored by the famous Hays Code? Leszek.
Film.
Right. Broke new ground with the Great Train Robbery? Leszek.
Film.
Correct. Widespread appeal facilitated by Edwin Armstrong? Leszek.
Radio.
Correct. Innovated by 1923 invention called iconoscope? Leszek.
Television.
Right. Produced in studio built by Nestor Company? Film. First successfully commercialized in Pittsburgh in 1920. Time is up. Leszek with
Radio.
$1,750. You're moving on towards the $250,000. This game can turn around so quickly. And look at that, Leszek. You were behind, and on that speed challenge, you took the lead. We're going to talk about that in just a second. David, great day. You have $950 to take with you, and our congratulations for being on History IQ. Leszek, join me over here. Nice to see you again over here.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, well, $5,000, if you want to just step up here a little closer. $5,000 is what you won last time in our timeline. I think you had the century of the 1800s. Am I correct?
Yes, I did.
Oh, good. I remember that. Let's see what your timeline begins with this time, and it is the year 1908. Ooh. Yes. I wonder if that's what they're saying at home. Ooh. Well, we'll find out. You can play online at historychannel.com. And Leszek is going for another $5,000, and he's a step closer, going to the semifinals for $250,000. Back with more History IQ right after this.
Welcome back to History IQ. Leszek is about to try to win the Holiday Inn Express timeline. Now we go back to our host, Mark Summers.
Leszek sitting here with $1,750, but keep in mind last time he won this, got $5,000. Right now you're going to have 60 seconds to put 10 headlines in the proper chronological order, starting with the year 1908. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to have a headline pop up. It's going to say, Mark makes fondue. I see. And then what you do is touch the year, place it anywhere that you want, and then hit the check mark. If it's right, it will stay there. If it's wrong, it will dissolve away and go back to the top. Now, you can do one of two things. You can place it back in a particular year, or you can hit the pass line, and then it'll disappear on a new one. Mark checks cholesterol, and it's rather high right now. Now, you can choose to either put it down there or pass it once more. Remember, if you do it 3 times and it's the wrong year, it automatically disappears, and a new headline will pop up. You have 60 seconds to get all 10 headlines in proper chronological order for an additional $5,000. Let's find out what your headlines are. Triangle Shirtwaist burns. Peary reaches North Pole. Austria-Hungary declares war. October Manifesto 10 years old. National Park Service established. Income tax amendment ratified. Roosevelt and Taft lose election. Danbury Hatters in Supreme Court. Congress passes Mann Act. Wilson inaugurated second time. It begins in 1908. It concludes in 1917, going for an additional $5,000. Put up the first headline. Here's 60 seconds. Begin. Triangle Shirtwaist. Not there. You can try it again or you can pass. Say 1910. One more time and then it'll go away. You got it. 1911. Peary reaches North Pole 2. And Austria-Hungary declares war. You're 3 for 3 with 46 seconds remaining. October Manifesto, 10 years old. He's going to pass on that one. And we have National Park Service is established. Going for 1917. That goes away. You can pass, you can go again. 1916, you have 4 of them placed. 6 to go in 33 seconds. Nice job. Here's your next one. Roosevelt and Taft lose election. 1912, can we do it twice in a row? Danbury Hatters in Supreme Court. And you're going for 1915. That dissolves away. You can try again or you can move on. One more time. And no, I bet you know where that one goes now. Here's your next one. It is Congress passes Mann Act. Got that. 3 more in 11 seconds. You're going to have to hurry.
Oh.
Hurry, hurry. Okay, 2 more. Down to 6. October goes away. Place it. Get the next one. Touch it. Oh, my gosh. Well, indeed, that is correct. And if you would have remembered that the one that disappeared goes to 908, we would have done it again. You got 9 out of 10. Here's the good news. You're moving to the semifinals, going to $250,000. You currently have $6,750 in our congratulations. Don't go away. Thank you so much. A round of applause for Leszek. I'm Mark Summers. Join us every day here on the History Channel for History IQ. Back with more soon. Bye-bye. Oh, man, I was just...
Leszek is moving on to our semifinals. Don't forget to follow the rest of our contestants as they battle it out for $250,000 right here on History IQ.
They engineered the unimaginable. Pyramids over 50 stories high, great walls over 4,000 miles long. But how did they build it? From the producers of the Emmy Award-winning special on Rome, hosted by Peter Weller, Engineering an Empire. Mondays at 9 p.m., as only the History Channel can bring you.